Hello everyone, Isaac here. I'm recording this video from the business lounge here in Zurich at the Zurich airport. I am actually on my way back to Canada from Zimbabwe, where my family and I we had the chance to spend 3 weeks in Zimbabwe. So as I was sitting here at this business lounge here, you can see here, since I'm here, I was here with my family in May this year, and we had a chance to at least explore Zurich. And yes, maybe let me just reflect and share some of the things, the good and the bad that I observed or rather experienced time in Zimbabwe. Again, I was there for 3 weeks, and these are just my experiences. And I'm going to start with the positive. One of the things that struck me as I was in Zimbabwe, particularly driving around Harare, I went to the rural areas and also went as far as for a family trip. So as I was in Harare, I couldn't stop admiring seeing the developments around Zimbabwe, particularly in the real estate. People are building in Zimbabwe. And that was something that was really a stark contrast of the perception that I had that, oh, a lot of people are really. So I had the chance to go to some construction site. I went to Mabazua, Irua. I saw some other developments in the real estate that when I came back in Zimbabwe in 2022, I didn't even see those places. They were still land, but now they are very big houses. I had the privilege of traveling around Borod. Even I went to Trabablas and I did a video as I was driving around. That was a very good development. Now, one thing that I also noted as I landed at Harare airport was that it's now much better with even more space, and also people are now even able to like apply for the visas on arrival online. So that was something that was really interesting. Now, as I mentioned, I saw the good real estate, happy people. I was also happy to see and enjoy the food that I grew up eating. As most of you know that I'm actually now in Canada. So it's always good to reconnect and get to eat South, the traditional food, even cascade, even shuma, the wild fruits, matamba, some of the fruits that I eat is I was spending most of my time in Zimbabwe. So that is on the business side. And I was also fortunate enough to meet quite a few business leaders like Trevor, Nure, Mr. Memory Ngui, who are so passionate and great wisdom. I was very richly blessed to meet those people. I also had chance to meet, some people, including my lawyers, and just to see and learn from the development that are happening from different perspectives. Now, I also saw that a lot of people they are selling something either at any time. And what also struck me was I was coming from Borod, and I saw we wanted to refuel the car that we were driving. And the petrol attendant, the guy was selling the fuel, was like, after he saved us, he was like, oh, want airtime. So I thought that was a very, what you want as a business person is to have interaction with people. So this guy understands that people come to refuel their car, and it's an opportunity to have an extra service to say, do you have airtime? So that was very, very interesting that, there are a lot of people who are entrepreneur in that regard. Now, on the challenges, of course, like in any other place, there are challenges. Traffic congestion was something able to uh, go around Zurich. When I came in May, we took the public very fast, very efficient. Even the congestion, nowhere near Zimbabwe congestion, particularly in Harare. What I noticed is that some people, not everyone, of course, just don't follow the rules. So if you just want to move, especially in downtown, maybe somewhere that should take you 2 minutes. If you just happen to get into this uh, traffic congestion, you can spend like 3-4 hours because nobody wants to give someone away. So people end up being stuck unnecessarily. So I think, I think the city planners, they should do something about it. I think probably maybe other bypassing road that can then, ensure that not everyone has to just go directly in town. Because when I was coming from here, I realized that I wanted to go to Rua. I had to through town. That was, the direct route. So if maybe there is another route that filters traffic out of the CBD, for example, if you just want to Marondera or you can just, have those kind of, uh, options. Now, something that I noticed was that it seems like everyone is selling something. But what really broke my heart was like I was coming with my brother from buying phones in downtown Harare, and I saw this lady. People are struggling. Some people are struggling. Some people are making it. See the latest cars, and that's in every aspect. There are people who are bound to be, connected. At the other end, I think a fair judgment of society is a measure by looking at how the most vulnerable are treated, the poorest are treated. So I saw this lady, she was selling something and suddenly she had to run away. And then I asked my brother, what's going on? Then it turns out they were running away from the uh, council police. And I understand people have to sell in an orderly way. But these are people who are trying to just survive, just to go by, maybe to have $1 to put food on the table for their grandkids, for themselves, right? If they are not in the form.
Now, before I wrap up, let me share some fascinating facts about Zimbabwe that really highlight why this country has so much potential. Zimbabwe has a population of approximately 16 million people, and the economy is largely based on agriculture and mining, which are the backbone of the nation's development. What's really exciting is that tourism is becoming a growing sector, and for good reason. Zimbabwe is home to Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. It's absolutely breathtaking, and it's attractions like this that make Zimbabwe such a special destination. The country has so much to offer, from its natural beauty to its warm people, and I truly believe the tourism sector will continue to flourish.
So, while her trying to run away, I think she mistaken tripped, and I could see that I suspect she broke her leg. And I was asking my brother, of course, right? What's happening? And he was like, oh, these guys, they just come, and even if, they take the stuff and then they go, and sometimes people will be forced to just give them some money. Again, that's corruption, and it depends. Some people can pay. And what I noticed is that also, as I was driving around, I didn't like to drive in downtown Harare, but as I was going to Buhera, I had a big car. Usually, from what I noticed, those are used by government officials. So I wasn't stopped by the police. But as I was driving along, I would see sometimes, the drivers just, giving the police some money and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, this is, something that I can't even do, like in Canada or, like in Switzerland. Of course, I didn't drive, but I could just see that, there was efficiency, it was orderly. Of course, every country has got advantages and disadvantages. So on the human side, again, as much as people are struggling like anywhere else, I loved that Zimbabwean people, from what I saw, most of them, they are happy people. But on a point of note, I noticed that the folks at the airport, most of them, the ones that are in there, they were very rude. They would not even just greet you. You say, thank you. They would just look at you like this in a very angry manner. Again, maybe it was just me. I contrasted when we landed here in Zurich. You can see the smile. People are happy. They greet you. They tell you more about their country. Even we flew the Swiss airline. The hospitality is great. You see a lot about their country, they are marketing it. So I wish something like that can be done. I am very confident that hopefully this video will go far wide, and maybe reach to other people. I think Zimbabwe has a great opportunity to be a great country. Infrastructure, there's a lot of opportunities that are so. Also, there are challenges. There are things that may not necessarily need the government to fix, like the service delivery. If you are being paid as an immigration officer, custom officer, just make sure you serve people with passion and dedication. Because if someone is lending it, Robert Gabriel, the national airport, that's the face of the nation. You get there, and how are these people going to think and to feel about Zimbabwe? They're going to probably say, oh, that's the first port of end in that regard if you fly Harare, the national airport, Robert Mugabe, the national airport. So it's very important. Sometimes something are private. When I was in South Africa, passing through the connecting flight, you can see the difference. Very rude people. Whichever way, people that are interacting, very rude. Ask a question, you can see the angry face. So I think this is something that this is just my experience again, and I wish our people, particularly speaking, but I wish to see more better, reception, because when you smile at guests, when you serve people with passion and dedication, they will tell a story of hope, a story that this is a beautiful country. But if you say something bad, imagine those people might tell 10, 15, 20 people and they can refer people. And that's how probably tourism can increase and other incredible opportunities. So I thought I would just summarize this, guys. And now that I'm back in Zurich, I get the contract. And since I have the privilege of showing you guys around, I'm in the business lounge here. Even the, you can see beautiful Zurich is, this part of Zurich is, and the vegetation. It's a well structured country. I had the chance to travel and went to the, Swiss villages. They are very nice as well. And even the people, they are very welcome, at least from my experience. So I thought, look, let me just summarize this experience that I had. Again, these are my experiences. Make sure you subscribe and follow. Be sharing more content about my experience, the places around town, where I will be sharing opportunities that I see so that you don't have to have a visa or to pay money like I do to travel the world. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much and bye bye for now.